This game is phenomenal. It's so good, in fact, that I mostly kept my mouth shut during my playthrough and spoke so little that I thought I needed to add chill playthrough at the end because I just didn't want to be misleading. I feel like f***ing Denims over here, but I'm serious. This game had me hooked. I was fully convinced that Ethan Mars was the origami killer, struggling with too many psychological issues to remember any of it. Not once did I ever suspect it to be none other than Scott Shelby, the private investigator. I was completely blindsided. Let's start with Madison. I love how we're introduced to her because as a woman, living alone and having men break in is genuinely one of my biggest fears. That fight scene had me on my toes, ass cheeks clenched up, looking like I'm about to shit my pants. And I think she's a pretty badass character for being able to protect herself against men. I like how she uses her femininity to her advantage against them as well. In a way, I kind of look up to her since she's kind, charismatic, smart, and confident, all but in a subtle way. Like, she's not trying too hard and also not trying to impress anyone. The only unrealistic thing about her is that she's willing to help a strange man at a motel and go into his room alone and give Paco her real name. Yeah, maybe that smart girl achievement doesn't really apply here, but I'm a little upset that I wasn't able to save her in the end, and that made me kind of regret not letting her and Ethan kiss. But I kind of like how the game made me feel that way. Am I crazy? Speaking of Ethan, I find him to be a really likable and honestly relatable character. Not only is he willing to go above and beyond to protect his son, but just in general, like, he never really loses his temper or tries to bother anyone. He just wants to keep to himself. I do, however, think that losing Jason was the result of bad parenting because what the actual fuck was Jason thinking walking out of the mall all by himself? That being said, we can see how much Ethan tries to make up for it with Sean. Part of me wishes that it was Ethan who saved Sean instead of Norman. That would have made things a bit more satisfying. But speaking of Norman...
Agent Norman Jaden, FBI.
Norman Jaden. All right. Let's sit down for a moment. This man's got it all. The looks, the accent, the attitude, the motherfucking glasses, even the way that he sits. He is straight up cool. And when I tell you I fell hard. I also think that he's a really likable character because unlike Connor from Detroit Become Human, Norman has his moments where he lashes out and usually for good reason. And that just made me like him even more because it's like, yes, he is a human. He's not trying to become human. Additionally, at least in my playthrough, when you press the good option, Norman says things in a really solid way. I'm happy with my endings with him, although I do wish the origins of his glasses were explained. Finally, the man, the myth, the legend, Scott Shelby. This guy is badass. That scene where he barges into Gordy's home and starts shooting people left and right, all while walking slowly with the confidence of a WWE champion, made me feel some type of high. I like how we get his backstory and the motive behind the killings. The reveal of him being the origami killer was crazy though. I really didn't see it coming, and that just made the story even better. Unlike Detroit, I don't think I'll be playing this game again. Well, for one, I know the plot twist, but two, I'm kinda happy with my endings. Maybe I'll replay it in a couple of years just for fun, but I'm not in a rush to get all the Steam achievements. But I did like this game a lot more than Detroit Become Human. The story was just so good that I actually filmed all of my episodes in the same day. I just changed shirts. Additionally, just on a technical level, I like how the controls and fights were more difficult in this game compared to Detroit. Overall, I give it a solid 10 out of 10. And this is just a little side note, but okay, I might not look sentimental in this scene.
I love origami, but that's not my favorite one.
Well, you know what? But my harmony towards the end of her life was really into origami. It was quite literally the only thing that she liked to do, so this scene kind of hit close to home for me, which is crazy because it came out 9 years prior. So yeah, this is me trying not to cry.
I love origami, but that's not my favorite one.
Which one is it? Anyway, make sure to like and subscribe and comment down below if you're Team Norman or Team Connor. I think you know which side I'm on.
I hate cocktail parties.